Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video talking about my recent Europe trip. Me and my sister went on an 18-day Europe trip in Italy and Spain, and I just want to go ahead and talk about that. We will talk about COVID stuff, what we did. Then in the later parts of this video, I'll include a little vlog that I made of the videos I took. I know the videos won't be the greatest quality because I realized how badly I filmed them when I was putting this vlog together, but just bear with me for a little moment. If you're new to my channel, my name is Patricia, and here we post videos of luxury and handbag related videos, as well as some travel and vlogging. So I hope that you may stick around, so please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're into that kind of stuff. Okay, so to start, me and my sister went to Italy and Spain in December 2021. I was planning this whole trip since like May 2021, June 2021, and a lot of it was kind of stressful because you never know if COVID is gonna close down borders, what if you're gonna get COVID or what's gonna happen. So it was kind of like the whole time leading up to it, it was like a big risk. I did not know if we were gonna go, if we were gonna cancel, if we were even gonna get refunds on most of our stuff, because even though we got travel insurance, we tried to pay for our trip to be protected, a lot of stuff was still non-refundable due to COVID, and so we went from December 5th to December 23rd. I made the whole itinerary. It kind of looks like this, and actually it's like really detailed by time. Yeah, so what I try to do best is plan out all the COVID testing that we needed. Every day leading up to the trip, I kept checking COVID restrictions in Italy and in Spain, and vaccination restrictions. We were both fully vaccinated, but still we wanted to make sure that that was still okay with the countries. So in order to get into Italy, we had to take a COVID test on the 3rd, on the 4th, and we left the 5th in the morning, but we still were kind of like, are we even gonna be able to? Because Italy was accepting COVID tests 72 hours before arrival compared to the US, which was before departure, which gives you a better window to receive the results, especially here where it could take 1 to 2 days, and we did not want to pay for those expedited COVID tests. So first we went from Phoenix to Atlanta, then Atlanta to Rome. And in Rome, we stayed for 5 days. We were able to hit most of the sightseeing places, but then due to the weather, it was raining the whole time. We ended up going back. Well, we were planning to go back to Rome either way for like 2 days, and then that's where we hit the rest of the stuff that we missed. And of course, the weather was so much better when we went back. But after Rome, we went to Madrid, and we only went to Madrid because I couldn't figure out the whole train situation to go from Madrid to Barcelona. And also, our Madrid part of the trip was only 3.5 days, so I was like, it's fine, we will not bother with that. In Madrid, when we got there to the airport, they asked us if we had our COVID test, which we had. So we did an antigen test. So in order to get to Rome, we did a PCR test, but to everywhere else we did antigen tests, especially because in Europe we had to pay for all our COVID tests, even if they weren't expedited. So we paid about 25 euros per person per test everywhere we went, compared to the 90 euro PCR one, which would have taken even longer. So we were like, it's okay. We kind of gambled with that one actually, but I still kept looking for any COVID restrictions the whole time we were on that trip. And then at the airport in Madrid, they kind of asked us to fill out a QR code, which if you go into the Europe embassy and find per country what they're asking for. Italy was also requesting a QR code, which we also had, and then Spain. And then apparently in Spain, the QR code, you have to do it like the day before, not like weeks before, which I had done, or else it becomes invalid. And then we had to redo the QR code there when we got there, which didn't take a long time, but they did ask us for our COVID test when we were there. And then in Madrid, it was actually pretty packed everywhere we went. I mean, COVID restrictions were still being followed, but it was still just packed. I I'm not sure if there was like a holiday or something. I'm not really sure what the holidays over there, but it was still like mid-December. It wasn't like Christmas or anything, and it was jam-packed everywhere. I think I filmed a video in the vlog that you will see how jam-packed it was. And so there in restaurants, everything was fine. They just ask you for your vaccination pass or your uh EU COVID pass. So I just kept using my vaccination passes everywhere we went because that was like a valid form of the European pass. And yeah, it was such a breeze. Rome and Madrid. And then from Madrid, we at the airport before our flight is where we did an antigen test because I couldn't find any COVID testing before that. And those results actually nobody asked us for when we got to back to Rome. So I was kind of like, oh, that's sad that we spent 60 euros in order to get them done because it was, I think it was 30 euros per person at the airport. And we got back to Rome. We spent 2 more days from the December 14th till December 16th. Then in Rome, we took the train to Venice, which we spent another 2 days. And there, the weather was way too cold. We kind of just tried to finish everything in one day and then go back to be inside because it was just way too cold, unbearable. And there everything was fine. At every hotel they had asked us already for our vaccination pass, our passport, all those documents. In Venice we took a train from Venice to Milan. So from Venice to Milan it's only like 3.5 hours, but we ended up spending almost 8 hours on the train because there was an earthquake close to Milan, and we were just stuck there the whole time, which is understandable. But if we had just no, I think like next time I would have just been more prepared to bring snacks or food or something. So in Milan we spent another 2 days, and there we it was still way too cold, but and way more crowded than Rome and Venice, but not as crowded as Madrid. But it was still really nice. So we got to do a lot there, even at night. There was like a big nightlife there. So we felt pretty safe walking around, which I love because that just maximizes your day as a traveler. Especially us, we're two girls, so we kind of felt unsafe at first, but then when we realized at night that it wasn't too dangerous, we were going out and having fun. From Milan, we took a day trip to Florence. That was the day before we flew back here, actually. That was on the 22nd, December 22nd. And then in Florence, we just packed our baggages in like this little locker because we took the train to get there. And we paid like 20 euros for the whole day to fit all our luggages. But we only brought carry-on, so I guess that's the reason why it wasn't too bad. The only problem was our big backpacks because we filled those to the brim. And then there we were able to see a little bit, and then we decided to go back to Rome because our flight departed from Rome again. I bought round trip tickets from there. And yeah, so we took the train from Florence to Rome, and then in Rome, we took at the Roma ceremony, we took a train from there to the airport because our hotel stay that night was going to be at the airport hotel. And everything is so easy there from when you get off the train in order to get to the airport, in order to get into the terminal. And since we did need a COVID test before our flight back, and it had to be 1 calendar day before because they had just changed the COVID restrictions in order to come back. It had to be 1 calendar day before departure. We got our COVID test done there at the airport because the Italian government had a COVID testing service, but it was still, I believe, 22 euros per person, which ended up being like 50 US dollars for both of us. We got our results right then and there, which it was the most hectic COVID testing I have ever done. Not even when I waited 3 hours to get a COVID test here. That one was just hectic because flights were coming in and they had to be tested on arrival. When we actually got to Rome the first time, we did not have to get tested on arrival, which I had watched a lot of YouTube videos saying that we did. I think in between, before our flight, it had changed, and then I think during our trip, it had also changed to yes, you did need to get COVID tested on arrival. A lot of people waiting, more flights coming in, and then us trying to get it. Luckily, the COVID testing was walking distance from our hotel, so we were just waiting there. And then we got our tests, then we went back to the hotel, and then the next morning at 4 a.m. we walked into the airport in order to get ready for our flight. And then aside from that, it was just the whole thing I would comment about the trip is that COVID made it just hectic. I think it would have been a smooth trip all around without COVID, especially with all the research I did beforehand. I think it's really important to do research before you go, and even learning like a few words. In Spain, it was really easy for me because I know Spanish already, so that was not difficult for me to get around to talk to people. But in Italy, it was a little bit more. A lot of people actually knew Spanish though, so it wasn't the worst for me. And everybody speaks some English. In all, it was a wonderful trip. And if you're planning to go during COVID, just expect a lot of stuff to happen due to COVID, and always plan where you're gonna get your COVID tests at, because you never know what might happen, and those are really important things to have in order to not miss your flight. Yeah, and I hope you do enjoy my vlog in this video, and if you have any questions about traveling to Europe or traveling to Italy and Spain, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of these, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much. So I'll include the vlog and these next few clips.